Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to Phantom.Strategies. So it's about 8 a.m. Eastern here in US, April 3rd Eastern time. So I want to bring you a morning video review for Bitcoin. Yesterday we talked about this falling wedge that if we can break it, we can have a potential run toward that 7,500 mark, and that's what we are seeing right now. All right, so let's talk about all that and what are some of the resistance level going up, support level coming on the downward, and how what we need to see in order to confirm this this break on the upward side. Alright, so before we get started, if you're new to the channel, please make sure to subscribe to the channel, hit those notification and those bell icon so you get this content right away. And if you think this is helping you with your trading, with your investing in crypto market, then please do give me a thumbs up. That really does mean a lot. So alright, so that being said, let's get it started. As I said, right now Bitcoin is trading at 7,349. So kind of do a little recap, taking a step back. Yesterday video I talked about we were in this this almost like a falling wedge. All right, so the reason I'm saying falling wedge is because this red trend that is coming all the way from that 20,000 time frame that we have mentioned plenty of time on this video on this channel, have been acting as a resistance when trying to go up, and also acting as a support when we were trying to push it down. So if you look at this candlestick a day before yesterday, it closed right over that trend line, and that is a very good positive signal that I talked about in yesterday's video. All right, and since then we had a nice uptick. So when I said yesterday that we were gonna have a breakout coming within next 24 to 48 hours, that exactly what happened. All right, we had a nice uptick. We broke this pink trend, this downward trend line, which was acting as a resistance. All right, and we broke that, and now we are trying to make a run toward that 7,500 mark. Now the 7,500 mark will act as a resistance. It won't be as easy to break that resistance level. So what I mean by that is, if we have enough, if this bounce is a genuine bounce, then we will go through that 7,500 mark fairly soon. All right, perhaps within this week. I'm going to say this again. If this is a genuine bounce, we will go through 7,500 within this week. All right, but if this is a fake out, or if this is just a oversold bounce, then 7,500 will act as a resistance, and perhaps we might see some sell-off, selling pressure, and then maybe a upward momentum, or selling pressure and perhaps testing that 6,200 or 66,000 level in Bitcoin. But we have to wait and see. So what is the best thing you can do in this kind of market? I have said it plenty of time in this channel. We are not out of the woods yet, so you need to treat the market as is, rather than making the calls that, hey, we have seen the lows and we are gonna go all the way to new highs, and everything's going to be nice and rosy again. That could happen. I'm not denying that can happen. That is one of the scenario. But in current junction and the current price action, we have to trade with what we are seeing, not on what could happen, right? So right now, the resistance, what I'm talking about around 7,500 is the reason I'm saying it's going to be a severe resistance is because if I take this trend line from this, let's make it right here. Okay, so if I bring this resistance trend line from the top of that March 5th, all right, when we were almost touching that 11,700 level, and if I bring that down again, this price point around March 23rd, it was acting as a resistance, and now this same trend, if I zoom this in, let me zoom this in right now, same trend will act as a resistance right around that 7500 level. So 7500 level is very critical, because on the daily, I'm looking at the daily, this is a 20-day moving average which is coming at 7500 level right now, plus you have the the price action, the support level that was previously was a support that will act as a resistance. You have this dotted line that will also act as a resistance, and third, this downward trend line that is coming all the way from that March 3rd time frame. All right, so in short term, that 7500 level is very critical for the bulls to clear with higher volume, and they can only do that with a higher volume. If they cannot do it with higher volume, then there will be some downward selling pressure. All right, so it's very critical that we clear this level with a higher volume. Couple of scenarios that can pan out is we might touch right around that 7500, consolidate a little bit, have a minor pullback, come down to 7200, find some support, all right, and then have one push toward that upward side, and then perhaps toward that 8000 level. All right, so that is one of the scenarios that can happen for the bulls. There is a nice, this U pattern, this cup pattern that is forming. It might have a handle, the consolidation that I'm talking about. So there is a cup with a handle pattern. Now cup with a handle pattern is more bullish than is bearish. What is cup with a handle? Is basically, if you see this, it looks like a nice cup right here, right? This is nice U, and then the handle is like more of a consolidation, and then you get a breakout out of that on the upward side. That's a cup with the handle pattern. It's a bullish pattern, and we need to have that breakout of that 7500 in order to have that pattern fully mature. All right, I don't see. Let's look at the 4-hour chart real quick. The reason I'm a little bit, I think it will be very interesting if we can break that 7500 level today. All right, if that happens, then it will be there will be a lot of people who are watching that level. There are a lot of TAs, I'm sure they're watching that 7500, 7800 level as well. So there is some resistance going up. There is no denying in that. No one can deny that. The key is how well we go through that resistance, and if we can have a nice follow through. And if I look at the 4-hour chart, there is a inverse head and shoulder pattern here as well. So there are a lot of falling wedge, inverse head and shoulder. So there are some good bullish pattern that I'm seeing that already took place, and so now what we have to see is a follow through, and what we need to see is a volume uptick. If we get a nice volume uptick, then that will make a lot of bears or a lot of sellers who may be trying to take some profit. They might go on sideline and wait for a little longer, and it might bring a little bit more new buyers in the market, that hey, perhaps this was the low and we might have created that double bottom, and we might run toward that 8000 mark. All right, until I'm still not, I will be skeptical of this market until we clear that 11,700 level. All right, that is still the level that I want to to be very confirmed, to be very get a very good confirmation. We want to clear that 11,700 level in Bitcoin. All right, for the longer term uptrend. I'm talking about much longer, next going into by the year end into 2019, those kind of trend. That's what I'm talking about. For the short term, yes, you can do a lot of trading in short term. I mean, this is right now there's plenty of opportunities that you can, like yesterday I created the video on Cardano, which is looking extremely strong right now. I created the video on Verge on Saturday. I created the video on Ripple. Yesterday. So a lot of these altcoins are in very similar fashion. They were breaking out their resistance point, and they were trying to move that, going to that next level. So all in all, I think, you know, there is a like an, you know, we need bull momentum on the upward side. We need more volume to get through that 7,500 level. So if we can do that with a nice volume, then I will be much more comfortable holding or adding more position into Bitcoin. All right. Let's talk about. Hold on 1 minute. I want to clear some of the. Okay, actually, that's fine. I will talk about that later. But so just to recap, let's do a recap on this. Right now we are trading at 7,300, 7,335 to be exact. 7,500 will act as a major resistance. That around that level, 7,500 will act as a major resistance for Bitcoin. The key is how well we go past that level in Bitcoin, perhaps today or tomorrow, and see if we have if we can run toward that 8,000 mark in near term. If we can get through that 7,500 level today and close over 7,500 today, that will be a very good bullish sign, and we will see a nice follow through perhaps into later into this week. And just want to make sure that that all of this is possible. I'm giving you the scenario based on if we don't see any overly negative outcome or like news in Bitcoin or in cryptocurrency in general. So keep those things in mind, because right now the market is still very sensitive. It overreacts on both sides, especially on the bear side. If there is any negative news in the market, then it overreacts and, like, you know, sells off faster than it should, and vice versa. Like, you know, if there is something that is like coming out good, then, you know, people are overreacting and jumping on it first and then asking question later. So on both sides there is a overreaction, so keep those things in mind. But I still remain bullish. I think as I have been since last week, I was keep on saying that adding position back here is not a bad idea. Even if it goes down, I will be adding more position, because it's just like, you know, the sell-off we had, the bears were getting tired, and there were, like, you know, good opportunities that I was seeing in Bitcoin and a lot of other altcoins. All right, so that's pretty much it, guys. Let me know if you have any questions. I will do some altcoin video review later, and we'll go from there. Talk to you soon.